Well, this is my video response to Libertychick. I do not support the troops. I just want to make this fast. And um, first off, I just want to start out saying I 100% support troops, obviously, because I'm a troop, soldier, American soldier. Um, I do not support a single thing that Libertychick said. Um, she does not have all the facts. I don't know where she gets her information from. And Libertychick, if you are watching this, please don't exit out, because I know you're probably gonna think like, oh no, here's another person against me. I've watched your video multiple times. I like to hear other people's opinions, but I have to say I do not like your opinion at all. But I do like to listen to other people's opinions, so I did listen to yours. But the reason why I watched your video multiple times, one, I was shocked at what you had to say. Two, I wanted to make sure I was really hearing what you were saying, make sure everything was clear. Um, and it's just wow. Like, first off, second off, if you don't support the troops and you're so anti-government, and it looks to me, maybe not to you, but it looks to me and it looks to a lot of other people, you're so anti-America, why don't you just leave? Why don't you move to another country? Why don't you move to Canada? Or why don't you move to Iraq, Right, is what I'm saying, Iraq. Maybe you won't move to Iraq because U.S. troops are over there. 2011, we pulled out. There could be a few other more units left. My sergeant told me there should be some, the last few units should be getting pulled out. Um, but the war is over in Iraq. We are now in Afghanistan. Well, we've been in Afghanistan, but that's where it remains. And that's where I might be going. Thing is that if you, once again, if you don't support the troops, well, I do a lot of research on YouTube. I do a lot of research on the internet. Not too much, not research about facts, but more like I'm just on the computer a lot, so I'm always on the internet. Maybe you haven't heard of these people, but there's these people called Westboro Baptist Church, and they're located in the state of Kansas. I don't know where. Maybe the city's called Westboro. I don't know. But basically, they formed their own little cult or whatever, their own little group, and they're pretty much anti everything. They teach everything. They don't even teach the word of God. They teach hate, and they basically teach that the word of God is hate, but it's not. And you probably figure out, oh, where's he going with this? Okay, well, what they do is they protest military funerals. They will, when when somebody from the military is dead and being buried, these people from Westboro Baptist Church will stand outside of these funerals holding picket signs saying, "Thank God for dead soldiers. No, all soldiers should die." Um, and they're also anti other things, like they're anti-gay, very anti-gay. They'll be standing on the side of the streets holding up, God hates fags. Um, just all these like hateful stuff. Um, people in the military, not everybody's bad, not everybody's evil. There are people in the military that are bad and they will do bad things. But what we're trained to do overseas is we're trained to engage the enemy when the enemy either fires at us or we confirm that they are the enemy and we will engage. There have been times that people from our military have shot and killed innocent civilians, either by accident or maybe on purpose. And if it's on purpose, then they either suffer from post-traumatic stress disorder or they're just crazy. And my opinion is, I don't know how they got in the military, or you know, I can't do anything about it. It's all entirely up to MEPS, Military Entrance Processing Center, and the recruiter to let them in. And if they're let in, they're let in. They pass, they made it. Um, so you know, and the thing is, what we're trained to do is like, say, like we're on patrol, and we're in a, you know, heavily populated area with lots of civilians walking around, innocent civilians, and you can be walking across this guy, and he could be holding an AK-47, or he could look like he has something under his clothing. He can look at you funny, and you don't like the way he's looking at you. You think, oh my God, he's either going to shoot me. Should I shoot him? Or he's bad, or is he good? I don't know. We're not trained to engage unless we have the proper clearance, or unless we know for sure they're up to something bad. But you know, it has changed overseas. The military, you know, a lot of things have changed in the military since World War II, and say like the guy, you know, does have something underneath his clothes, and he's like holding it, he's looking at you weird, and like, say he pulls out a switch, or quickly pulls out a cell phone, he looks at you funny and stops. Yeah, you can engage him, you're gonna shoot him. I would, you know, you don't know, it could be a suicide bomber or something. So I really don't know where you're getting all these millions of innocent civilians being killed in Iraq, because I do know for a fact that is not true. Last time I heard of something like that was when we dropped the atomic bombs on Japan, and I don't even think it was millions that were killed. I don't know for sure, but what I learned in history class, it was hundreds of thousands, and they were innocent, but that was a long time ago. This is now, and it has changed. We will not do that anymore. But then again, who knows what the government's going to do. You say 90% of casualties are unarmed civilians. Well, I don't know where you got that from, because my facts, my opinion is that 95% of casualties overseas are armed insurgents. And what I mean by insurgent is, the insurgent is the enemy. They are the Taliban. They are whoever is shooting at us. We're going to have to shoot back. We're going to have to engage. You know, maybe during the middle of a firefight, civilians did get caught in the crossfire, innocent civilians, and they were shot and killed. You know, that does happen, but that is their own fault. They did not leave the area. If they knew something was going to happen, I don't know. Alright, I just want to make this a lot more quicker. I have my own little paper too, like you did, or unless you did have them, because I saw you looking down like this as you were talking. Like I said, we're not dumb, we're not evil, we're trained. We got two to 3 months of basic training. I have 2 months of basic, 2 months of AIT. I'm military police. I remember you saying people in the military will receive a badge of honor for stabbing someone to death. Well, and you're saying, oh, I can see what's going through your head, and from the way you said it, is people are proud of getting that badge for stabbing someone to death. You know, there could be people out there. There probably are people out there that are proud of it. I'll tell you one thing. that is one thing I would not accept in the military, because stabbing somebody to death usually is for self-defense. You've dropped your weapon and they're running at you, and all you got is your knife. Well, what are you gonna do? Are you just gonna keep running and while they have a gun? Because either you can just stand in place, they're gonna shoot you, or you're gonna run, they're gonna shoot you, or try to shoot you. Or maybe they've dropped their gun and you dropped your gun, you're chasing them, and you take them down and you stab them, or you either or you capture them and use them as a POW for answers. That went on in World War II, World War I, Revolutionary War, Civil War, the Civil War. Our own citizens against citizens did that to each other. Just think about that. It's not just us against other countries. It happened here. It happened here. You think people will join the military because they... Here, I'm going to continue to another video, to part 2, because this is about ready to run out of room. So if you can, please watch part 2. Like I said, I've listened to your opinion, so I just want you to listen to mine. I'll make part 2 as short as I can. So if you want to watch it, just please watch it.